So I'm already dancing.
Yes, I
I'm
see
already
that.
like, I'm already turning up.
Really, that's what's going on right now.
I don't
Oh,
think you
boy.
understand. I didn't get the DAC, and I'm too old for that.
Energy.
But I don't think you guys understand what's happening. I'm here to help you today. First of all, before I go any further, I need to acknowledge my team. In the back, we got Chelsea. I can't stand her, but I need her. My producer, Mrs. Chelsea.
Big up,
Thank you
Chelsea.
for coming,
Big
to
up.
Chelsea. Thank you for always being here. Still can't stand you.
And not muting our mics.
And, of course, my co-host, the Don. Dave.
Tilt my aunt a little bit, yeah?
Mr. Rankin. Go on with it, Dave Rankin.
Alongside the Donette, Simone, Jennifer,
Y'all
Smith.
know me and my nonsense.
Yes.
But I would like to talk about the great, because I'm going to call him a great right now, sitting right between Dave and I. If you guys do not know, today you are going to finally know who Mr. Nathan Baya is. I would like to introduce to the Here to Help viewers, my brethren, Mr. Nathan Baya.
What up,
we
y'all?
don't have no clap button.
We on the come up.
Trust me, we're going to get one of those, though. Trust
come
that's
up.
happening. So, Mr. Baya, we have a lot to cover today. I don't think everyone's ready.
They're not ready.
Okay.
They're not ready to digest.
Well,
Let's-
we'll slowly give them, of course, the spoon feed them for the hour, you know?
And for those who love the show, which you will, we're going to have him back because I know he's still growing. I know what's going to happen. I know talent when I see it. So,
Hey.
Mr. Baya, let's talk about life right now. Before we go into anything, we already know you have an album out. We're going to get to that in a minute. But what's going on with you right now? Like, how was that Brampton ride?
Stop it. Stop
I
it.
come from Toronto. I paid $2. Matter of fact, sometimes I finesse. I use 10 cents as a token. Sometimes I use the same transfer for a whole month. So when I come in Brampton and the lady asked me about $8.10, I looked at her and I'm like,
I love
did you
it.
drink okra this morning? Like, $8.10. Who's paying that? It's like, oh, I gave her the $10, but I was shaking it. But I'm like, yo, you know, I'm investing into my dream, so I'm allowing it. Mans are kind of salty on that bus ride. And then I get on the next thing, the man's telling me, oh, your transfer's not available. We have to add 80 cents to it. I'm like, what?
That's
Is
the
that
go
what's
bus-
happening?
Yeah.
That's the go bus flex. Yes.
You guys are tripping.
When you pay for the go bus, right, and you get your transfer, when you bring your transfer onto the Brampton Transit, I think Mississauga does this as well.
They charge you a little bit more?
Partial
I'm sorry,
fee, a partial
Nathan.
amount.
Nonsense. You
But-
can't-
The consequences of a
If
little
I paid
bit
$8
of
for one day,
convenience.
that's it. Finish.
Get me
There's
right
no more
to the
money.
doorstep.
Like, what? Can you? I don't know how you guys do it, man.
So
God bless y'all.
he's not impressed at all with the transit system.
Nah.
But what are you impressed with in life?
I'm impressed with growing. I'm impressed with growth. I'm impressed with just how, like, I feel like the creator allows you to go through so many things in life, and then he allows you to write about what you're going through.
Okay.
So that really goes to show me that everything does happen for a reason, and
Right.
then you realize it later on, you know. So it's like I'm
Okay.
impressed with that, really.
So you told me not to bring up certain things.
Uh-oh.
But it's
Hold on. Back. We have to give people the backstory if you're gonna go ahead and ask the question, okay? Because I know you're just go ahead and ask the question regardless. So, Nathan, this is not the first time that, of course, he's been our guest, right? The first time, of course, when we were doing the radio days,
Yes,
right?
Care
And of course,
101, pick up yourself.
Yes,
All
and there
right.
was a song on your first LP. What was it Darkest Hour?
Darkest
right?
Hour.
Darkest Hour. Yes, about a certain person,
Individual.
a certain person, right? Which Simone is now going to go ahead and ask about.
I still don't know her name. Still. I've been on the quest to find out this girl's name.
In fact,
Okay.
that is the name of the song. But then what's your name? What's her name? What's the name? Right?
So Simone is a drama head. Just put that out there right now. She's asking me to go back into my past, but it's the present, and we're focused on the future. But because I love her, I will go back. She's talking about a song I made called "What's Your Name." The song is me talking about a past I had with a certain person and just me describing my experiences with them. And, you know, ever since then, me and that person have been cool. And we were always cool. It's just,
Disclaimer.
Wow. Stop it.
you know, I I don't know. In the song I said I haven't been in love since What's Your Name. But I did not mean it in a disrespectful sense. I think it's even more disrespectful if I said her name, if you ask me. But regardless of the situation, the song is I was on my first album. What had happened was we had a release party, and I performed What's Her Name when What's Her Name was in the building. Now, I can honestly say I did not think this through, but it just happened. And there was drama after, yeah. And then we settled the air.
You know, it's
And,
settled.
yeah.
Then he came on the radio not too long after and talked about the song again because we don't know her name.
Oh, boy.
Anyhow, now we're by it. I just want to talk about that. So you guys look up that song. It's actually a pretty good song. All jokes aside,
yes, it is a
that's
very,
a pretty good song. That's
very good
why
song.
I got hooked on it, and I want to know her name. So let's talk about the new album.
Okay.
I have a few songs that I want to ask you about.
Okay.
So first of all, what's the title, and where can, of course, our people out there go ahead and find it?
Okay, so the title of the album is Battle with Depression. It is not released now. I'm working on a release date, but it'll be available on all streaming platforms. This is also the first time I will ever be selling music.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, I hope my people come out and go buy and support it, because like I say, we have to support our local artists more, because we go and buy, celebrity music all the time, but we never
Right.
buy our friends' material, right? So
Right.
I hope my friends and my family support and buy this. And also, I'm hope the first 500 CDs or online things we sell, the money will be donated to Africa. And
Wonderful.
we're gonna donate it to a lot of people. Like claim that like when you give them money, it's gonna go to the kids, but a lot of it doesn't.
Right.
So. But we actually have a reliable source, like a family member I know who will make sure the money gets proportioned to the right people.
Right.
So the first 500 we make off the album is going directly to Africa, and the next 500 to going directly to this African child. Exactly.
Yes.
And then yeah,
Have to feed the babies, y'all.
Listen.
I have to eat, you feel me? So yeah, it'll be available on all streaming platforms, and the name of the album is Battle with Depression.
Right. So, my guys, so our release date. When were you looking? How soon are we? Okay, let's backtrack a little bit. Now, the material. Have you picked out your track list? Have you?
Everything
is picked out. So you know that you have 700 songs. You swindled it down to maybe 10, 15, and it's ready to go. 12 joints.
12
Battle with
joints.
Depression. So when are we looking for an actual release date?
We're looking forward next month.
Next month.
Next month.
Next month.
Next month. For
November.
definite sure. November. For
November.
Sure. November. We're gonna have a party in December.
Okay.
And we're gonna have to release the month before, so that when the party happens, you know the music, so you can sing along and rap along.
Right.
And at the end of the day, then yeah, man, this is I'm being very strategic on releasing this, because there's a lot of powerful messages on this album that I want to affect and touch the people. So yeah, I'm being very strategic in how I release it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we got a November release date. We're looking like a December party to go ahead and then celebrate the culmination of another birth. You know what I'm saying?
saying.
Are you?
I'm going. He doesn't need to give me an invite. I'm going to show up.
Hey.
I'll just be there like, look, where's my VIP?
You know,
Of course.
right? I forgot my train of thought.
I've messed it up for
You
you.
did completely.
This is why I'm prepared. So, Nathan.
Can I just say something though?
No, you-
Teamwork,
I've watched
teamwork,
so many
teamwork.
YouTube episodes of this show, and it feels so weird being on this show. Like, I'm literally looking around the room like, oh my god, this is what I've been doing. I got like 8 episodes deep. I've been like, wow, this is crazy.
It's nice. Okay, so
Nice.
let's talk about your beginning, because we have a lot of time that allows us to go through some of these songs, and then of course we'll let Dave get back his train of thought.
I found it again.
Okay.
No, but I mean,
No, go.
you sure?
Sure, go.
Teamwork, y'all. Teamwork. Battle with Depression. Okay. Why the title? And why is it important now for you to go ahead and release something of this stature?
You know, the first album was Darkest Hour, and after that album, everybody thinks, okay, he's out of his darkest hour. There's no more darkness to fight. But I believe that whatever you're addicted to, you will fight till the day that you die. You know, so at the end of the day, I feel as if we all have a form of sickness and addicted to depression or being sad. So I feel like I'm going to fight depression till the day that I pass away.
Okay.
As someone who's addicted to drugs, even if they haven't done it in 10 years, every day is still a battle for them. They could fall and slip in their patterns any day.
Very
Right.
That
true.
goes for criminals, that goes for whatever your addiction is, right? So at the end of the day, it's very easy for me or any of my friends to fall and slip back into depression, no matter how much you fought to get out.
Right.
So I chose Battle with Depression to show that, I'm still battling with this every day. So just because you see me smile smiling, making moves does not mean that everything is blessed. At the end of the day, everything is blessed because I woke up with 2 eyes to see and I woke up with an ability to breathe. But at the end of the day, we still struggle with day-to-day things. That is important right now because right now everybody's, summer is done. Everybody's back in school. Everybody's back at work. So everybody does not always have the time to take into consideration of, how am I feeling today? Because you're focused on work, school, this, that. So at the end of the day, a lot of the times you end up neglecting yourself emotionally and you end up destroying yourself. So I think it's important because we all need to take some time to check out our mental health because you could have all the money in the world, but if you're dead, you can't enjoy it, right? I think even Steve Jobs said on his deathbed, he's like, I have all the money in the world, but all I want is my health. Right? So that goes to show you how important it is to make sure that you're good because at the end of the day, if you're not happy, you're sick.
Very true.
Can you please tell everybody how old you are?
20 years old.
I want to talk about this. Chelsea, you, because I know you're in that age bracket too. Have you ever heard such wisdom coming from a 20-year-old? I know. This is why I have him here today. Because, I've told you before, I think you're already an old head. And you're 20. Like, you've just started learning and you're already so far. Dave, would you not agree?
I agree.
Like, so far.
I agree.
Like, I'm telling you, there's 40 and 50-year-olds who still don't get it. Right? I don't want to start that conversation, but I want you to go into, because that's going to lead us into some titles of your albums or some of your songs. How did and when did you start this fight? When did you understand? Listen, that 20-year-old to be saying, you know what, I battled with depression. Not a lot of people can say that. How did you know?
I think my pattern was trying to find relationships. So I kept, from high school, from middle school, I have my father in my life, but my father, he never really educated me about relationships or about love. So I was kind of misguided in that department. So I kind of was just going on, relationship after relationship, just giving parts of yourself to people who should not own it, right? So that was my pattern from a very young age. And then around 18 is when I got really deeply involved in that pattern. And then at one point, I was kind of tired of the back-to-backs, So I took some time to reflect after one relationship destroyed me in a sense. At the end of the day, like, the relationship destroyed me. So then I had no choice to tell myself I don't want to go back to another one. But then I told myself, okay, something has to change, So then I started clinging on to spirituality. And then from there, I just started becoming more aware of who I am, what what my purpose is, and what's the real meaning to life. And at the end of the day, what's the real definition of love. And I feel like the real definition of love is healthy. And I think anything outside of that is toxic. But we're not taught that. We're just taught love is holding hands, love is being kissy-kissy, love is posing up on Instagram and just ridiculous things. At the end of the day, I feel as if a lot of my elders, we look at social media and we get jealous. But you're getting jealous over fiction. And
Absolutely.
That's what hip-hop is.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of relationships are. A lot of hip-hop is fiction. Those cars, they don't own that. They don't own those amount of ladies. That's all rented. And a lot of that money is rented. You can actually buy fake money.
So wait. I got to stop you because I want you to keep going, but we got to go on a commercial.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Think you have what it takes to bring value to the community? The TCN TV network is expanding and now accepting TV show proposals. Here's an opportunity to build celebrity status and become part of an elite group of community advocates that are focused on building, strengthening, and empowering our community in a positive way. Are you interested in embarking on a new adventure? TCN TV is searching for people interested in opportunities to change the conversation and pave an unforgettable legacy. If you feel you have something of value to offer, send a written show proposal to shows@mytcntv.com.
Welcome back. So you know what? Honestly, it's fun working with I have a great team. I want to curse my producer, 98% of the time that I'm here. Because you guys aren't seeing the foolishness that's happening behind the scenes, but it's what keeps the energy so live. Yeah. So we have a full house today. Yeah. Behind the scenes, of course, alongside our producer, we have one of our team members. He's doing the video behind the scenes thing, so we're going to have that posted for you guys as well.
Hey.
So thank you, Mr. Dwayne. You back there doing your thing.
And shout of course, out to Bruce Dwayne.
Yeah, shout out to Bruce Dwayne. And we have you were spitting some flame.
I have to. That's what I do.
We're gonna go back there,
okay.
Mr. Nathan Baya.
Okay. Oh, what was I saying? Oh, I was saying a lot of people get jealous over fiction.
Yes.
Yes. As far as, and I see that's found in everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, sometimes in hip hop you see a lot of cars, a lot of money, a lot of this, a lot of that. But at the end of the day, it's not reality. Sometimes on Instagram you see a lot of people in relationships, but it's not reality. Behind closed doors, they treat each other like crap.
Garbage.
You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's the same concept. But I know a lot of fathers who only are with their sons on social media. Outside of that, they have no relationship with their son. It goes just to show you a lot of the things you like look at, like, oh, I want that, or goals. It's not reality. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I feel as if everybody should just stay to themselves and be happy with what you have. So yeah.
All right, Mr. Dwayne. Not Dwayne. Dave. Sometimes I talk too much, so I'm gonna let you ask some questions now. I'm gonna sit here and just be for a minute. Wow, Chelsea, really? Anyhow, so Mr. Rankin, take over the interview. Go on with it.
All right, so you tap into your spirituality, right? And of course, you being an artist. Now, how does the two fuse and assist you now with getting you to a better place
in life?
Yes. Well, now I'm taking you back now in regards to, of course, you're coming out of this relationship. You now understood, of course, you know what? I no longer want to be in this position. Now, of course, you've said before, spirituality, right? And of course, you being a poet. How are you fusing the two now as healthy outlets, right? Because, of course, when it comes to mental health, right, we all need healthy outlets.
Right.
So now you have two forms of healthy outlets, your spirituality and your poetry. How do you fuse the two of them together now, right? And now how does this help you propel to this position right now?
It's funny you say that, because the quote for this album is, "This my battle with depression, my choice of weapon is self-expression." So at the end of the day, how I use my spirituality and my music is, I know directly a lot of people like to assume the term Christian rapper, but I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that thing, because at the end of the day, I don't feel like that's realistic, because I don't think we say Muslim rapper or Buddhist rapper or you're a Christian poet, or you're a Christian plumber.
You just are who you are.
You're a Jewish plumber. I don't think.
But there is a subgenre of Christian hip hop.
There is people who want to claim that title, but no disrespect to them, but that's not for me.
Okay.
At the end of the day, when you say Christian rapper, that's one box. You can only touch Christian topics. When you touch topics outside of Christianity, that's when people look like you. Like, what are you doing?
I get it.
It's true.
And I also
Are
think
you church humming over there?
I was just church humming, because that's what happens.
Right? Like,
I'm telling you.
It really does. Like, there's like a format, and and you can't get outside of that. And to me, like, that's bad, because that could also be viewed as slavery. Because at the end of the day, when I look back at Christianity, a lot of people hate Christianity because they say it was used as a form of slavery for our people.
Right.
Which is true. It was. I don't think the religion is bad. I think how it was used is bad.
Okay.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, I don't want to continue that slavery by putting myself in a box. And when you get outside of that box, Christians look at you like, what are you doing? At the end of the day, if God allowed me to speak on different things, who are you to stop me from voicing my opinion? Right? So at the end of the day, I like to touch touchy subjects. Things that the church doesn't like to talk about, things that hip-hop don't like to talk about. And at the end of the day,
for example?
Huh, girl. For example, we got songs that we're gonna get into after, but just in general, like, I like to touch things that people
self-love.
Yeah, self-love. You want to start with that? Okay. Self-love is a single off the album, and I'll break down some of the lyrics. It goes, "I want to practice self-love, but love has been defined as lust. Only self-love I know is masturbation." That first lyric, by that I mean, imagine someone who is a kid, and uncle left the magazine laying around, or people left the computer laying around too much, and that kid was open up to sexuality at a very young age. Directly, love has been defined as lust to him. So in the midst of him trying to practice self-love, what do you think really happens outside of masturbation?
Absolutely.
Right? And then it goes, Since I can't love me, let me love you and hope you love me for me, because I can't do it. I feel stupid. All this love I got for you, but I got none for me. Is this love or an escape from being alone? Nobody wants to be alone. We want toxic relationships over singleness. I'd rather you single and happy than depressed in relationships. But how could you be single and happy when you can't be alone? Misery loves company. That's why you keep hopping from relationships to relationships. Girls trying to change guys, but they end up being changed by the guy. And now she's enchained to a guy who changes like the weather. She knows better, but she don't want to go back to being single, so she tries to make it work. That's not love, that's work. And this 9 to 5 gonna make you die before you're 35, because stress not healthy. Stress kills, and it kills to see you like this. Love's healthy, it should bring forth joy, not destruction. So in that song, I just basically meant, like, it's self-explanatory, right?
Yes,
But
very much. Well, no, it may not be, so break it down.
got you. So basically, being a nice guy, I grew up seeing a lot of girls who want to change a lot of men. And what I always see when people try to change people, they get changed themselves. And then they get enchained themselves. Because at the end of the day, then they want to leave, but they're like, I already invested so much into this relationship. I don't want to leave. Like, no girl's going to take what I worked so hard to create. And no guy's going to, you know what I'm saying? And then it becomes and it's like, you're literally fighting for what's killing you. And sad thing is, hope is an amazing thing, but hope used in the wrong departments will destroy you. It will destroy you. Because a lot of people, we have hope that, I hope this person's gonna change. I hope they're gonna treat me better. I hope. You gotta know. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know, especially when it comes to love, or if you're putting things in a hope, you gotta hope for the right things. You know what I'm saying? Like, in a sense. But I've seen a lot of girls hope that a guy would change, but he's not changing. You're just being changed because you're turning more bitter. You're turning more cold.
Right.
And you're turning the people who love you and treat you properly, you're treating them like crap, but you're treating this man who's destroying you like golden and God, right? So I've seen a lot of that happening, right? And at the end of the day, it happens really on both sides. And at the end of the day, I go to say that you're supposed to leave, but you don't want to leave because you invested. But stress kills. And at the end of the day, it kills to see you like this. Because love is healthy. It should bring forth joy, not destruction. Not to say that love never comes with some hard battles or hard moments. But at the end of the day, if throughout your whole relationship, it just brought out the worst in you, that's not the relationship for you, if you ask me. So when it comes to self-love, I just encourage everybody to just, not just view lust as, I think lust is a part of love, but I don't think lust is love. So when you're on that journey of practicing self-love, let go of the pornography, the masturbation. Just be by yourself and just learn to love yourself without getting intimate with yourself or intimate with somebody else. 'Cause at the end of the day, when it's just you get a chance to appreciate your mind, your this, your that. Because a lot of us, we view our bodies as sex objects, which is not always the healthiest thing. At the end of the day, your body's more to you than just that. Right? At the end of the day,
temple.
Yeah, it's a temple,
It's
right?
a
So you don't even
temple.
want to share that temple with just about anybody.
Correct.
And like we said before, sex is a connection of energy, but a lot of us do not know that.
Right.
So we go around connecting with people that we have no business connecting with and wonder why our lives are so messed up.
Right.
That is.
Right? So
How old are you again?
20. So it's like, it goes to show you that you really got to think twice about the actions that you commit to. Because I don't downplay anybody who wants to go sleep around. Do your thing, be protected, of course. But I would just say that, think twice about who you're sleeping with, right? Because you don't want to just go around, being
Can I call people up?
Stop it.
Yes!
Stop it.
Did you guys see the word come back out?
Dege.
Dege.
Don't wanna
Reminds
do
you
that,
of
man.
reggae? Brittany. That's for you,
You
girl.
don't want no dege partners.
No dege partners. And this is what is scary. Is you're saying, this is why I'm going to ask you a few more times your age through the show, but do you understand, again, we have 30s and 40-year-olds who are still doing that?
It's messed up, man.
Just connecting and connecting and connecting and connecting, not understanding that transferring of energy is real.
Soul Train.
It is real. So, yeah. All right, next song I'm picking.
Okay.
Because we have some time. Lost Souls.
Ooh, Lost Souls.
Big one, eh?
That's a big one. We just released the music video for that one, so go check that out on YouTube.
Oh, wonderful.
So Lost Souls, on that song, I just opened up about a lot about what I'm going through personally, because I come from a Christian background, and at first, when you look back at what you were and what you are now, there's a lot of differences, some positive, some negative. So in this song, I kind of broke it down. It goes, okay, at this time in my life, I'm thinking about my girlfriend or my wife or who she is, where she is. And this is a song kind of, it's like going out to her. It goes, Me without you, that's Nas without Illmatic. I feel ill messing with chicks that I know are not the one, but I feel dumb waiting on a girl who might not come. So I mess with girls who make me come between sheets. I've come to the conclusion I'm not the man that I used to be. I used to love, now I lust, but I don't lie to girls I lie with. I don't confuse love for lust. Been hurt by love so much I question if I'll ever love. When I have sex, man, I'll always be protected. I never want to form a baby out of lust, out of love for my baby. I want you to have a mom, not a baby mama. For you, I want no drama. I was the baby seeing mama hit by daddy, daddy hit by mama. Who should I help? If I help mom, why you on her side? If I help dad, why you on his side? How can two that made you divide you like only one made you? For you, that's not what I want. So even if protection slows my erection, I use it to protect you from the past I have, and when the pen I grab, I write pictures. Hoping you write letters to God for me, cause we ain't been seeing eye to eye. Hope I don't see him eye to eye soon, cause heaven's not where I'll ride if I died. I go to hell cause I'm in sin, and it's double the sin cause I know what I'm doing. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Forgive me, for I know what I do and the path I choose. But I don't want to go to hell, just tired of facing hell on earth. So through sin I've made my own heaven. But what's life without God's presence? Is it really heaven? So in that song,
Jesus.
That's real.
Right? It's
Yeah,
real.
That's a
real.
lot.
It's a lot,
real.
right? It's a lot to vent in
Wow.
a 2-minute single. And like to break it down, like I start off saying with Me Without You, that's Nas without Illmatic. Illmatic is Nas' favoritely critiqued album, right?
Yes.
So at the end of the day, I'm showing my girl like Me Without You, that's Nas without his most amazing album of all time. And then it goes to show that I'm
Okay. That's a serious lyric, you know.
yeah, it's pretty serious.
Them
you know?
things make girls take off their dress. Yo. Like you compared me to Illmatic.
Yeah, so and then I go to say I feel ill waiting on a girl who might not come. So I mess with girls who make me come between sheets. And that's when I say I've come to the conclusion I'm not who I used to be. I used to love, now I lust, but I don't lie to girls I lie with. And by that I mean, at the end of the day, anybody who's on the journey of love, when you can't find love, you end up settling for what you can get.
Exactly.
And a lot of things what you can get is lust, because lust is everywhere.
Yes.
Right? So I'm talking about a time in my life where I'm saying, I'm trying to find love. I can't find love, but lust is everywhere. So, guess I'm just going to be lusting around for a minute. But at the end of the day, and then I'm realizing that the wrong in that, though. Right? So then I go to say, I'm like,
Okay, wait.
well,
Because now I can stop you before we hit to our next commercial.
okay. Go ahead.
We have time.
Okay.
I know you're ready.
Okay.
We'll be right back, everybody.
Hey guys, Grant here from Care 101 Media Group, and this is an outreach video going out to everybody with a request for assistance on your part. As you guys know, there's a lot of devastation that happened in the islands because of Hurricane Irma. There are families that are hugely displaced. Some islands are over 95% inhabitable, and people are reaching out to us, asking us where they can either give products or aid or finances, and at the time we didn't know where to go.
So in order to aid in relief efforts, Care 101 Media Group has started up a GoFundMe page where the community can now go and help submit donations in order to help rebuild the infrastructure that's been damaged due to Hurricane Irma. So, going to the page, donating like at least $5, $10, even $50 isn't very much, but it will help, our Caribbean brothers, sisters, families, friends in helping rebuild their homes.
There's also a call for certain donation items as well, which are personal hygiene products they're looking for. They're requesting things like baby diapers, baby food, clothing, things like toiletry, personal hygiene products, garbage bags, disinfectants, so that they can help with the cleanup. So at our office at 55 Rutherford Road South, Unit 205 in Brampton, we are set up to receive your donations there. So instead, if you'd like to donate some items versus donating money, please come on over to the office here in Brampton. We'd be more than happy to accept your donations. We will be getting it together in about 2 weeks, and I believe the date would be September 21st that we'd like to turn the items over to the Consulate General Office for Antigua, where they'll be shipping it down to Barbuda for distribution there.
Now keep in mind too that as much as it's nice to give toiletry products and stuff like this, they also have to try and get it down there. But a lot of these islands have been so hugely devastated that they need money to rebuild and get supplies and stuff like that. So we're kindly asking that if you can please, if it's $5, $10, $15, $20, please donate, because that's what they need the most. They need to start rebuilding their infrastructure, rebuilding homes, and creating shelters for these people that are displaced. So again, if you can help, we greatly appreciate it. it's perfect here where we are right now, and we can only imagine what families are going through, not having homes, losing all their possessions, and literally not having anything that they know as home around them.
What up? We're back here on Here to Help You. I'm here with my guests, Simone and Dave Rankin.
Hey,
Peace.
how are you? Nice to see you. It's my first time on TV.
Oh my God! Wow. That's
Really? Your first? I think I've been here before.
Nah.
Wow.
See, you ruined the joke.
No, I didn't.
Rankin, man, you ruined it, guy.
But I've been here before.
I can't deal with you.
Go with it, dog.
I know, guy. You just ruined it, Dave.
Hey,
like,
man. I didn't ruin it.
this is why you're on that side with them.
No,
All right.
You mean at the
Welcome
end
back, everyone.
of the table?
There's beef things in the studio today, and everyone's ganging up on me. And I'd like to say, first of all, that I'm very innocent.
As an elder
Okay?
statesman in the room, I'm trying to solve this amicably, so we can go ahead and go home
Spell that,
peacefully.
Chelsea.
What?
Abracadabra-cly.
I'm out. He's like, I'm not even gonna try.
I'm not even gonna try, man.
So we are here with the very wise, very, very wise Nathan Baya. I am so impressed by you. I swear, like, I remember the first time I spoke to you, the spot, Jane and Finch, York Gate Mall. I remember that was the first thing I thought. I was like, wow, how old is this kid? I think when I met you, you were like just turning 19. Yeah.
19 going on 20.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
19 going on 20, young. So I was like, holy, how come this little one is speaking so ripe? Like, he's talking about relationships like he's been here since he's like, you know, since the
Right.
70s, since like your age, guy.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I'm
You know
being
what?
mean.
No, we're not mean. I bet to die by age. You see, some people like to go ahead and downplay their age. I can't do it. When you
Ain't
reach
nothing
certain,
wrong with being grown.
you know what I'm saying?
You are grown. So again, let's go into why people need to hear you, because I really believe that this show is not just for young people. If anything, I think you're really talking to some of us older ones, because honestly, we need to hear some of this stuff. Like, because again, I don't understand. Like, you're talking about things that I'm telling people are acting the fool out here in the streets. Okay, acting the fool. Okay, Dave, your turn. Pick a song. Pick any song.
Hold on,
Point
man.
to the song. What?
Even before I get to the song, let's backtrack, because
Okay.
you said
yeah,
something. You said something in the last lyrics, right?
Yeah.
How about
Oh yeah, we haven't gone past that. I was
watching
excited.
mom getting hit by dad,
and
right?
da-
and dad getting hit by mom, right? And which side to choose?
That's awesome. Yeah,
Right?
man.
Because, you know, like, that's very real,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's something that a lot of us have seen in our household. I personally have seen it.
Yeah.
I've witnessed it, right? And TED Talks, and I always be an advocate of this. When I heard this lady say, and I forget her name, she said, any type of abuse that a child witnesses in the home gradually reduces their lifespan.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Right? Any type of abuse, whether it's abuse towards the child or simply seeing, of course, their parents abuse each other, reduces their lifespan.
Yeah.
So, of course, if you know how to go ahead and write those lyrics, those are some of the stuff that resonated with
It
me.
triggered you. Yes.
Right? And of course, being so open and being so vulnerable, right? Where does that come from?
As far as me? Oh, okay.
Yes, from yourself, because there's a lot of MCs out here that, you know what, like, let's be real, right? It's not glamorous, right? It may not sell a whole lot of records up front. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no bars in regards to like diamonds and ice and the pretty women and you know, the Cardi B trap. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, and no disrespect to Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? Because she's in her
doing
own
her own
lane.
thing. Yeah.
She is in her own lane. You know what I'm saying?
eye-rolling,
But I
though.
mean, like, this is mature. Stop it. This is mature music. Right? So once again, in regards to like being open and being that vulnerable in your lyrics, where does that side of you come from?
I don't know if it's like the feminine side. I think we all have a feminine side. As
Absolutely.
Males, right? So maybe
balance.
I think maybe it's my more feminine side of me. But as far as like when I look at my dad and my mom is like cutthroat. Like my mom is like cutthroat and pretty. She's not mean, but she's pretty like aggressive. My father was more sensitive, so
Assertive.
assertive. Right.
A little bit more of a positive word to describe us. Go ahead.
My mom was more assertive. My dad was more very like sensitive, but still manly, but very sensitive. So
Okay.
I think I had a bit of both of them, and
Yeah.
I think I've always been very expressive, and I've not always known how to express through communication. But I've always known how to express through art. So when I get my pen, it's like I get a chance to let go of everything. Because if you told me what's wrong right in the moment I'm being sad, maybe I don't know what to say. But then when I go to the pen, everything just flows like water, right? And as far as that lyric, man, it's real. Because at the end of the day, like, people think physical abuse only happens on one side.
Right.
There's been a lot of men who have been abused by women, but those men never get accounted for because, oh, how'd you let a woman beat you?
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes, a girl might be stronger than you, fam. Like, you gotta just accept that, you know? Like, you gotta just accept that. Like, I remember,
That's terrible.
being 5.
It's real talk, though.
Yeah.
It's true.
Some girls
real.
are actually just stronger than you, and you gotta just accept that. And at the end of the day, if a girl hits you and she beats you up, I'm not, like, I just think as if, like, if we're in a day and age where we're asking for such equality, at the end of the day, I feel as if the woman who hit that man should be held accountable like a man who hit a woman. And I think we should just not hit each other at all and use our mouths.
Communication.
Communication. At the end of the day, what does hitting each other do, really? But just cause more of a scar, right? And at the end of the day, as a baby, that's what I grew up seeing on both sides, right? And then at the end of the day, you're kind of conflicted, and obviously the first person you help out is your mom. Because at the end of the day, every man is more vulnerable to protecting a woman.
Of course.
So you run to mom, and then your dad looks at you like, oh, so that's what it is? And then when you run to dad, your mom looks at you, that's what it is. So I'm like, to me, I ask the question, how can two that made you divide you like only one made you? You guys both made me, so you guys cannot ask me to choose between one side. That's not fair at all completely, right? And I realize also a lot of mothers go to their sons and they say, you're just like your father. But at the end of the day, he's 50% of me. So at the end of the day, I do believe that before a mom gets mad at her child for acting like a father, she should think about who the man she sleeps with.
Right.
So
wow.
think about that. At the end of the day, you're gonna sleep with a man and give that man the chance to be a father, and then but you don't want him to be like that. Like, you only like the sexuality of that man, but you also got to think about his character. At the end of the day, that man could end up being the father of your child.
Right.
So in that child, you can't get mad at the child. At the end of the day, you cannot hate the child because he looks like the father. You should get mad at yourself, if you ask me personally. So at the end of the day,
how old are you again?
20. So that's why in the song I say, even if protection slows my erection, I use it to protect you from the past I had. Because I don't want my child to have the past that I had as a kid.
Right.
I want my child to grow up in a healthy environment. This is why I always say I want you to have a mom, not a baby mama. And I find the term baby mama extremely disrespectful. Because at the end of the day, like, baby mama, mother of my child. Like, you got to think twice about those things. You know, baby mama is just someone, 9 months. You know?
That's it.
9 months of hard labor, of suffering, just to be called a baby mama, someone who just had a child, rather than the mother of my children. So I just think that we all want to get our nuts in, we all want to be sexual, but at the end of the day, you also have to think about the consequences, you know, the soul tie connections, you know, the risk of having a child. So a lot of my friends, they tell me, I don't like the feeling of protection. Hey, I don't either, and nobody really does. But at the end of the day, I don't like the feeling of having a baby either, that when you're not financially in the care of it. And sometimes my friends are like, oh, it costs too much to take a pill. It's like $50. It costs too much to have a child. It's true. Forget $50 over 18 years.
Do some math.
And yeah, and at the end, even past 18, that's
It doesn't stop. That's a lifelong commitment.
18 years. It should be. I think it's a little bit over $1 million.
Yeah.
And that's
Definitely.
18's just like that cutoff, because they say,
Right.
but most parents know your child is your child until the day you die.
Exactly.
That's a lifelong
Exactly.
I'm
responsibility.
still asking my mom for a $20 bill at 1-2 time. You know, you never know when you might need it. You know, and that's
yeah.
goes to show you. It's
Yeah.
not like 18 you get cut
Yeah.
off. Like
No, you're still in
Right.
charge. You're still responsible.
Yeah, like at 18, what really happens besides me finishing high school? Like, let's be real. That's the unrealistic age for someone to naturally become an adult and live on their own. Some of us have no choice.
Yes.
Yes.
Right? Some of us have no choice. But when you're in Canada, a place where you're really, like, you know, spoiled, like, it's gonna, at 18, it's illogical for a Canadian child to be ready completely. But when you come from places like Congo, more you're trained, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
You're ready. By the time you're 12, you're probably, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
doing
Big man things.
Of
yeah,
course.
but in this society, that's not a reality.
Right.
It's very, very true. Wow. You got your answer there, Dave? That was a solid question,
Well,
Bertrand.
thank you.
Did I ever tell you that I appreciate your mind sometimes? Just want you to
Teamwork.
know that.
Teamwork.
Right, bonks up.
Yeah,
Now,
amen.
can we go to a song? Now, can you pick a
You
song?
want me to pick a song now? All right. And so we'll pick a song, right? Blessings.
Blessings.
Yes, blessings.
Blessings is a big track, you know.
Where are blessings there? All right.
Yeah. The Blessings tracks, you know, it's a track featuring Nick the Truth, which is actually my blood brother.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I had to bring my brother in on the album, and you know,
Yeah, family love. Shout out to Nix.
shout out to Nick one time. And you know what it is? That song just goes to show like the struggles that we go through, but still acknowledging the fact that we are blessed. Because the chorus goes, I woke up this morning with 3 blessings. The fact that I can breathe and that I got 2 eyes to see. Right? And then in the song, I just talk about different things, right? I go, I'm housed up in Toronto housing. Well, house you in Tobermory, let me tell you all the story. No money for the youth, but truth is no money for their future.
Right.
Put kids in commercials. For only $5 they can eat, then behind the scenes eat the money and let the kids go hungry.
Right.
Don't expect me to fund your GoFundMe. You're like parents that view welfare as self-care. You don't care about the youth. Matter as a fact, redefine youth. Because adults act like children. Y'all need to start chilling. We're protection, not only to protect you, but to protect kids from a life of death. Before you make a boy, ask yourself, am I a man or am I just a male? A lot of you are born male, not man. Been a man from the beginning like Genesis. Depression been my nemesis, about to bring an end to this like apocalypse. Through my lips, I speak nothing but truth. Like welfare claims to be for the family, but it kills the father and leave mommy with nothing but cash to raise kids. Ladies, don't spread your legs for just anybody. Most want to go raw. Then when the baby gets smacked down, they leave you in the ring by yourself to wrestle with the economy. Check my time. Okay, we good. So then, basically, in that song, I'm just kind of saying, like, yeah, man, it's the struggles of growing up in community housing and what you see. And
right.
At the end of the day, when they put an African child in a commercial, put a little bugs around them, you know what I'm saying? Make them look really, like, sick and ill. At the end of the day, like, a lot of that is fake. A lot of that is fake, and a lot of that is to embarrass our children and for us to feed money to those who do not need it. Because we have to question these things. We can't just see a commercial and be like, I did good today. No, you don't even know who you sent that to. You don't even know who that's directing to. You need to make sure you have visual proof, because a lot of people are slimy and will do whatever they can to pocket your money.
Right.
Very true.
And you know, I also in the song say, we're protection not only to protect you, but to protect kids from a life of death. By that I just mean, I think the concept of protection needs to be more defined. You know, it's not just sexual transmitted disease that you're protecting yourself from. You're also protecting children from a life that they don't deserve to live, right? So at the end of the day, yeah, questions to ask yourself, you know, before you want to make a boy, am I a man to begin with, or do I just want children? At the end of the day, you might regret it when that child is birthed, that the fact that you're not, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, blessings. Just
I hear that,
big
man.
tunes still.
I hear that. You know, you've touched on some real topics. And in fact, I read on Facebook that I believe Ryerson is involved with now conducting some surveys regarding African families and as well as children who are in the welfare system, right? Or have experience with the welfare system, you know? Of course, what's not working, what has worked, the improvements that possibly could take place as well. So by means, those on the Facebook,
I'm gonna
look out for it.
because we have to go to commercial in about 5 minutes. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
You know what I'm saying?
Discover the incredible India.
Do you want to do the welcome?
Oh, welcome. We're back here on Here to Help. You know what I'm saying? I'm here with my guest Simone and Dave. Dave, you were alluding to my lyrics before.
Big
Yes.
Hold on, I have to make sure that Chelsea has caught up with us.
Two
Do you
L's,
know
by
what
the way, two
eluding
L's.
means? Eluding. 3-syllable word. Do you know what it
Three-syllable word.
means? I'm just asking questions.
Just asking. Don't want to embarrass you. Just asking. No need to feel ashamed at all. I'm sure you have Google or other resources to,
to help you with eluded.
No problem. We're here to help. No pun intended.
Yes, we are.
Dave,
Yes, sir.
you were alluding to my lyrics.
Yes.
Please, go on, sir.
Well, thank you.
But
Okay.
first, wait, babe, we have to talk about what today is.
Oh, yeah.
By
yeah.
means, health professional.
Okay, so this show actually falls in line, and I'm glad that I have such a great team because they remind me of these things. Shout out to Dwayne, who's the one, you know, him and Chelsea put me on this whole situation, so I have to give props where it's due. So he gave me wrong information, but so it's Chelsea technically who's my aunt.
You were an Indian giver. Okay, stop it. Stop it. Shout out to the both of them.
Exposed.
All right? You can't get to and then take it. When no, we can't do that.
Take it
People
back.
get hurt for them things. You know
Take it
me.
back. Thank you. Today is World Mental Health
Mental
Day.
Health Day.
So this is awesome. Having you here to speak on this is so needed, especially especially because the fact, how old are you again?
20.
20 years old. So big up World Mental Health Day. This
Yes.
is very, very important. Mental
Oh,
health
yeah.
is a huge issue in our community. I know this. So I'm going to ask you about systems of poverty.
See,
'Cause-
Simone, you gotta finish though. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying though. You know.
See, I'm glad somebody's advocating for
Dave,
equality.
you know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yo.
Yeah, man.
All right.
So what I was about to say before we cut for the break is that Ryerson are conducting some surveys regarding, of course, Africans who in the Canadian system, right? And when we mean by system, of course, the welfare system, right? What works, what's not working, you know, and so on and so forth,
Yes.
right? And you did mention, of course, you know what, like how the welfare system can go ahead now and break up a family, especially the African family.
Yup.
So it worked
Right.
with what I was saying. Systems of poverty. Why'd you cut me off?
Jeez.
Hold on. Hold on. We're going to get to systems of poverty, right? Because now, one thing also that now we as a people we need to do now is now create those support systems,
Right.
The single mother, of course, now we've been to that bad breakup, right? And now has this child, right? The child looks exactly like the father, but she now has no one really to go ahead and deal with it. She may have people to go ahead and confide in and right to spewing her feelings,
Yeah.
but there's nothing right to like now developing different type of tactics or different type of now strategies for her when it's just her and her child or children in the home,
That's right.
right? By means, you know what you are doing is wonderful, not even just
Wow.
for yourself as an artist, but for
community.
us as a people.
Absolutely.
Right? It sheds light, it brings awareness, and once again, hopefully, it bring about more discussion where we now begin to go ahead and have the proper resolutions in process.
Of course. So yeah, like Dave said, you know, as far as like welfare, it's really messed up. Like, it's really messed up because at the end of the day, like we were speaking before this, and we were saying like for Black people, there's been a lot of things set in place that appear to help us, but they're really set forth to destroy us. You know, it's like it's really messed up. Even when they said they were gonna raise minimum wage,
Right.
everything's gonna get expensive too. So don't think
Right.
that we're gonna get like, yeah, minimum wage. Oh wait, why is milk more now?
Why is it like
it's-
$8 a bag?
Yeah,
What happened?
I call it a setup for the wet up. So at the end of the day, do not always.
Set up for the wet up.
But it's true because you know what, you raise minimum wage and who barks? It's not us that are, you know, who need it to be increased.
Yeah.
It's those 1% at the top who now have to understand. Listen, the increased minimum wages means I got to shell out more money, which means I have to shell out more
So
taxes.
in other words, they are not helping you at all.
Exactly.
So do not get happy and think that the war is finished and think that we don't go out to go and
We
rally
have
anymore.
overcome.
No, we have not
Right.
overcome. We're not even close to it. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to finesse us basically. So you have to really take some time to think about what this world sets in place. At the end of the day, if they can't destroy you, they will give you the tools for you to destroy yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that was in that Tupac movie. I'm not even gonna claim that one. That wasn't that. And I think that's a line that Tupac's mother said to him, which is very true. Because sometimes we're too powerful to be destroyed. Nobody can come to us and be like, "I'm gonna destroy you," because we have our guard up. But they're gonna give us what we love, what we like, and they're gonna let us.
Our
know what I'm saying?
addictions.
Yeah, too much of a good thing is never a good thing, right? So,
Yeah.
Right. It's like that
Alright.
proverb. Was it give strong drink to the drunkard? You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
man. Our
right?
addictions.
So it's like, yeah, yo, it's what's messed up.
So
System
go
of
ahead.
That's what I'm gonna do. System of poverty. So it definitely like check my time.
You good. You good.
So as far as systemless poverty, it goes directly to what we were just talking about too, and it's just me reflecting on really what's going on, right? You know what I'm saying? So it starts off like me saying, let me just go into my noggin right quick. It goes,
Noggin. Wow.
I work hard because my time may be limited. Being black any given day, my life could be a hashtag. I'll just stop there for a second to explain that. A lot of people talk about my work ethic, and they're like, why do you work so hard? And why do you do what you do? I really believe that our time is limited here.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think as black people we have all the time in the world to get out all the information we can, because at the end of the day, the moment you become a black leader, you're a target.
Yes.
You're a target,
That's right.
and they will do everything in their power to destroy you because they
Stop
want to
you.
silence your voice.
Absolutely.
So me saying I work hard because my time may be limited, being black any given day in my life could be a hashtag. Now, isn't that sad that a black child or a black woman or anything black, your life is reduced to a hashtag,
Right.
a keyboard, a button, you know what I'm saying, a lifeline, and then that's your existence. That's all you have left, right? So I feel as if as black people we have no choice but to leave more than just a hashtag. 'Cause at the end of the day, that's what happens, right? Like someone dies and it's like, oh, hashtag Trayvon Martin for a bribe, but then it fades out.
It's gone.
It's
Yeah.
gone the next day, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, like, is that what we want to leave as a legacy?
Hashtags.
Right? So at the end of the day, to me, I work hard because that's what I want to. I want to leave a legendary legacy on this earth, right? So then, to me, when it goes, I work hard time. Hashtag. That's why I talk facts, not fiction. And the fact is, there's a war going on that no man is safe from. Not even God's people. Y'all remember how Dylan Roof killed 9 members of a church in a church. It hurts to see the innocent being dealt with like criminals. These criminals go on innocent, claim they serve and protect, but they neglect and serve injustice. This just ain't fair. And I care too much to act like I'm unaware of what's been going on for years. And that's just the first verse. We're gonna get through all the verses in that song because that song is just crazy. But
You have 5 minutes.
Yeah, I got you. Somebody even go past break. I got you. But like, yeah, yo, even the Dylan Roof situation where the young man came in a church and killed many people in a church, and to me, it just that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, and then he was given the excuse that he was mentally ill. But let a black person do that. What are they going to say?
Right.
Oh, he was a thug. He was a
Yeah.
criminal.
Right.
And then they're going to find the most thugged out image of him.
I know.
And put it on CB24.
Right.
When he could have images in a suit. That's what
Yeah,
they did to
of course.
Trayvon. That's what they did to every black man that
Yeah.
goes down for a crime.
Right.
We're not mentally ill. We're just thugs. And then they pick out the worst pictures of us of all time.
Right.
Right. And then I find that ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, like, a church is a place where people go to deliberate their pain, their stress, get life and hope inside of them. The fact that someone gave them who allowed them to come in a church and destroy people's lives. And then there was even and then what's I find the most sickening is when Dylan Roof went to jail, they did not give him jail food. He was given a Burger King.
Yeah, they gave him a
Burger King.
That's right. They gave him burger.
That
fries.
is ridiculous.
Yeah.
How are you giving him Burger King? And then it's like they're even showing it on camera to just show like, is this a reward?
It
Right.
seemed like it.
Like
a child does
Right.
something and they get
get
their
something,
snack.
Burger King, but
Right.
my people have to go to jail and receive food that's gonna kill them in jail.
Oh, Lord.
So they can't even get a chance to get out and be alive.
Yeah.
I'm saying like that's ridiculous. You're feeding my people poison, but you're feeding this. And I'm not saying Burger King is healthy, but at the end of the day, it's a lot better than what you guys are giving
Inside, yeah.
in the side,
Of
right?
course.
So it's like I just found that ridiculous, right? And
You
then
know.
I care too much to act like I'm unaware, because a lot of us act like we don't know what's going on.
Right.
Because a lot of us do not want to touch these subjects. We don't want to touch these things because
Right.
Very
oh,
true.
it's too touchy. I don't
Yeah.
want to race and
You know,
I'm like
Right.
you're.
Right.
I'm not even gonna say it, but you know what I'm saying. But
I'll say it.
to me, I just feel as if like if you're black and you're not down with the movement, what's going on?
What are you
with
doing?
What are you
Right.
doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you really doing?
Right.
When the war is done and we've won the battle, what are you going to be remembered for? That person who was too afraid to touch the subjects because you did not want to encounter any problems? But to me, like, you know? Yeah.
Keep in
Talk
mind
it.
this as well, right? I think what happened with the whole Dylan situation, I thought that was a perfect example for now the church or the faith-based community now to get more involved in this fight. If we understand, we understand, of course, our history, right? When now our brothers and sisters, our ancestors were coming across the border, right, and coming into Canada, right? The place of congregation
Was the church. Yes.
This is the place where we laid out our plans for other revolts. Whether we laid out plans so that we now have community services for those who are coming in.
Weren't some of the Underground Railroad stops churches?
Stops at some of the churches, right? Orande, is it Oran Monday? I think I forgot the actual name of the city, but they have a church is at least from the mid 1800s, right? Or Ramadante, sorry, that's what it is, right? They got to stop on the African Railway, the Underground Railway, right? And the church is made from at least the 1800s,
Yeah.
right? Same thing with downtown Toronto. So by means, right? And I understand you, and sometimes you know what, like it does hurt me because I love my people, right? And I love our spirituality,
Yes.
right? But if your spirituality is not allowing you to go ahead and get involved and lend a helping hand, right?
What is
Yes.
that?
What is it really serving?
What is it serving? What's the purpose?
Yeah, of course, because our purpose here is to help people, right? At the end of the day, I feel as if, like, right. I feel as if Christians need to be more involved, definitely. Christians definitely need to be more involved. We have to fight in and outside the church.
Absolutely.
We can't just lock ourselves in a house when there's a war going on outside. I do believe prayer is the strongest
Very strong tool.
Very strong weapon.
strongest tool
Words?
of all
Yes.
time. Words
Yes.
are powerful.
Ooh.
Even in general, me putting out things in the universe, it will come back to me.
Yes.
But I do
Correct.
believe that God has given us hands, legs to walk, hands to hold up your fist and fight. So to not use your body, I feel like that's a crime to the Creator, if you ask me. So at the end of the day, I definitely encourage the church to get more involved in a lot of it. I also encourage security. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
yes, anybody
Law
gets welcomed in the
enforcement, yes.
church, but we
Yeah.
need security.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we don't know who's coming in the church. And then on top of that, even in school systems, you know how many schools that can just walk in, but then a school shooting happens? How do you think that happens? You guys let anybody walk in the school without no detector, no nothing. So I encourage a lot of us to get more involved in the battle, and a lot of us to get more involved in terms of security to protect our people, to protect our young black youth, even white people, whoever, just to protect the human race in general, right?
Right.
Because we never know what can be eluding towards us.
So I've put up all your I've put up all your contact information. It will be on the bottom of YouTube. I want to thank you, Nathan. You are a soldier, and we appreciate you in the war. We do.
appreciate it so much.
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day.